Etong phone na hawak ko right now is no ordinary gaming phone. This is made by Vivo and it's priced at around mga 10 to 11,000 pesos only, even beating the likes of Nubia Neo 5G na priced at around 10,000 pesos din. But this one is packed with a Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. It is 5G capable plus meron sa 6,000 mAh na battery dito sa loob and yet magaan pa siya. Would this be your next budget na gaming phone from Vivo? Tara, sabihin ko sa inyo lahat na natuklasan ko dito sa phone na ito. So guys, itong vivo iQOO z8x na may 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage is priced at 11,500 pesos, and of course pag naka-sale siya during mga 10, 11, and 12, it goes as low as 10,899. Link on the description, at kung gusto nyo bilhin to sa physical store, meron din to sa Shad de Masangkay. So bago natin talakayin to, check nyo muna ang quick unboxing nito phone na ito. So guys, nakita na natin itong phone na ito. It's the iQOO na Z8X from Vivo. And ang color na hawak ko right now is the color black. E makita natin dito, ang color niya is not really that black. More of a bluish gray pag nailawan siya. And I like the color niya. And since this one is a matte finish, so definitely it's good. Kasi wala ka makitang fingerprint smudges. But yung kanyang camera bump is very reflective. Halos pwede mong gawin siya pang mirror to use it as a selfie camera instead of using the front-facing camera. And ang design na dito sa kanyang camera is double barrel design, so medyo in naman siya. Hindi siya ganun ka-outdated. Now, ito phone na ito has a industry standard na screen size. This has a 6.64-inch na screen. The downside is a IPS LCD. Could have been an AMOLED, but hey, look at it. Kasi hindi naman siya Unisoc ang processor. Ito is Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. So, yun ang probably pinaka-big upgrade dito if you're paying for around mga 10,000 plus pesos and you're getting a Snapdragon na gaming device. I think this is something else. At kung mahilig ka naman manood ng mga shorts dito sa phone na ito, I'm pretty sure na okay ka na display. I wouldn't say na dahil hindi siya AMOLED display, it's just an IPS LCD, hindi na siya ganun kaganda. It's matingkad naman ka ng color, not as good as an AMOLED, but I can say na okay naman siya panood ng shorts, pang-scroll ng mga social media apps, and of course, watching videos dito is quite okay. Kung mahilig ka mag-scroll ng mga shorts and reels, this is how it looks like. Smooth naman siya thanks to its high refresh rate dito. And if you want to ask me kung ilan ang refresh rate niya, mataas, 120Hz ang kanya screen refresh rate dito. And if you're the type of person na mahilig sa mga video, manood sa Netflix, sa YouTube, okay na okay rin siya. Dahil this one has a really clear na display. Watching videos dito, nanood ako ng mga basketball games dito and some animes and probably some Korean novelas. Walang problema, I would tell you. And itong phone na ito even has a Wi-Fi na level 1 security level, so meaning you can watch HD rin dito. Now, one problem na na-found out ko dito sa phone na ito, it doesn't have stereo speaker. So medyo mabibiting ka dala sa sounds niya. So I did try to play Spotify dito and listening to some music dito, playing some movies, playing some games. Medyo hindi ganong kalakasan ng kanyang sound. Dahil isa lang ka na loudspeaker dito sa ilalim, mabibiting ka talaga. But nag-make up naman sila sa kanya, it has a audio jack pa dito. So meaning you can place your favorite headphones dito or you can always use your favorite Bluetooth na TWS to enhance yung sound experience dito sa phone na ito. And dahil gusto ko kayong bigyan ng sound test, pakinggan na natin ang sound niya. So I was able to kick itong volume na up to 150% na kanyang normal. Yun yung enhancement na binigyan na dito. Okay lang yung sounds, hindi gano'ng kalakasan. But if you're in a small room, I would say okay na siya. But if you're in a bigger room, medyo mabibiting ka kasi magdi-disperse yung sounds mo. Now, syempre, knowing that this is probably one of the first na may Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 on a device, so I'm really interested to know ang kanang benchmarking dito. And I've checked dito sa Antutu benchmark, near 600,000 points ang nakuha na dito. And if you break it down, this is the score that you'll be getting. Dahil siguro light ang kanyang GPU, so hindi lang ganun kataasan. But I think this score is pretty much decent. As compared sa Unisoc T616, which is around mga 400,000 ang kanyang score sa Antutu benchmark. So Wildlife Extreme Stress Test, this is what I got. 99.7% ang kanyang stability, and ang kanyang best score is around 611. And taking it a little bit further sa Geekbench, this is the scores kanya sa CPU benchmarking, and this is the score na meron niya sa GPU benchmarking. I did several tests dito sa kanyang thermal throttling, so running for around mga 6 times since medyo hindi ako convinced sa kanyang score. So this is 2 of the most average score na nakuha ko. This one makita natin almost all green sa simula, then further pagdating sa dulo nag-drop siya na isang linyang pula, and it was able to finish at a 80% na throttling. And another test is like this, midway, medyo nag-yellow greenish na siya, but hindi naman siya nag-drop to red. And it also finished to 80% ng kanyang maximum performance. Mai-interpret natin yan a little bit later pagdating sa gaming test dito sa phone na ito. Probably many of you mabibitin dito sa kanya story. Probably if you buy the higher variant, okay naman siya. But if you're buying on a budget, you can always expand dahil this one has a hybrid na SIM slot. So you can either use dalawang 5G na SIM or isang 5G plus isang micro SD expansion, which is very friendly for many gamers out there, like you and me. Now, alam naman natin pagdating sa mga gaming phone, ang kanyang camera is so-so. This one has a 50MP na main camera sensor, and meron din siya 2MP na depth sensor. But on the nice point, pwede siya mag-shoot up to 4K and 30fps kada rear camera. Now, looking at its punch hole na front-facing camera, 8MP, which only can shoot up to 1080p and 30fps. Sana man lang ginawa nilang 60, no? Now, if we look at some outdoor shot dito, I would say that yung kanyang camera is not really one of the best that I've tried on a gaming phone. I would say na okay naman siya, not so bad, and there are times na medyo a little bit blurred sa subject, probably dahil sa kanyang focusing, but there are times naman na sharp ang kanyang mga photos like this one. And looking at some sky shot, medyo na-preserve naman some of its details dito sa kanyang cloud. Now, checking some indoor low light sa loob ng mall, if you look at this shot, mukhang okay naman siya. But if you zoom it dito, ang mga text dito like itong si Casio, medyo malabo. Medyo konting zoom pa lang yan. And looking at this other photo, mukhang okay rin naman siya. But if you zoom it, medyo wala ka masyadong mapapansin din dito sa mga text dito sa kanyang poster, which medyo blurred nga talaga siya. But on some high note, dito sa kanyang low light photography, it was the reverse thing, no? So, taking this one on night photography dito sa Dapitan Arcade, was able to snap in some of these nice shots naman. If you're looking at some of this photo, medyo madilim din siya, and probably the highlight dito sa kanya is it was able to snap in some nice shots dito, which looks quite decent for a night photography camera. Now, if you look at itong mga parol na to, there are some cameras pag night mode, makita mo overexposed. But ito, I think it's just tama lang ka ng ilaw, tama lang ka ng timpla, which nag-excel siya on night photography, which is kinda weird. Now, looking at selfie camera, medyo hindi ganun kaganda ang kanang details on outdoor dahil medyo blurred ang aking mukha. And probably the same thing when you're taking indoors. Makita mo, hindi ganun ka-sharp ang iyong mukha when you zoom it in. Now, right now, I think it's more of ang focus sa phone nito is ang kanang gaming. Looking at it, I played 4 games dito sa kanang gaming test. So, I did play Call of Duty Mobile, Firelight 84, Tower Fantasy, and Genshin Impact. So, these are the graphical settings na sinet natin, and lahat sinagad natin para makita natin ang ating gaming experience dito, if it's good or not. And pwede mo i-pull out ang kanang game mode para iset sa performance mode for gaming. For both Call of Duty Mobile and Firelight 84, both games are smooth. Very, very minimal ang frame drops. Halos wala ako na feel. And was to my surprise na itong dalawang game na ito was really nice. I was expecting Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 might be the same as Snapdragon 695. Medyo hindi naman siguro siyang ganon ka-build for gaming. But on the contrary, he was able to let me game on a high load. Ang dami nating patay naman nakalaban. Yung touch response ito sa phone nito is also fast, and I didn't really have any problem with it. Itong next 2 games na nilaro natin are graphics intense game. Tower Fantasy and Genshin Impact. Both sinagad natin. Medyo na-feel ko yung init dito sa likod ng phone. And based dito sa aking thermometer, it was able to gather around 42 to 43 on average. dito sa dalawang game na ito, yung init niya. Pag naglaro ka around mga 30 minutes and above. Now, pinaka-question dito is, kamusta naman siya? Nag-throttle ba siya itong game na ito? And to my surprise, halos very minimal ang lags dito. Pag nagbabakbakan na, doon mo mafe-feel na medyo slight delay. But for a 6th Gen 1, I was expecting, baka kailangan mo babaan sa medium graphical settings. But hindi, sinagad natin and I was able to enjoy. Medyo nakalayo naman dito sa dalawang game na ito, more than 1 hour ko nilaro. And I was really surprised na kaya niya maglaro without any problem. Lower down mo lang ako the expectation. Don't expect this to be performing like a 8 series ng Snapdragon. But gaming on this phone, I would say na mag-i-enjoy ka nga talaga. Kasi for its price point and ito ang performance niya, wala kang magiging problema dito sa kanya. Minimal ang kanyang lags sa Genshin Impact and of course sa Tower of Fantasy. Now, if you're asking me kung ito phone na ito would be a solid buy ba siya, if this is around mga 11,000 pesos or if nakabili ka sa sale at around mga 10,899 pesos, right now, I would tell you, do consider itong Vivo iQoo na Z8X for your next budget gaming smartphone. And if you want to know kung saan pwede mabili ito, I'll be linking everything on the description box below. Just check it out. And kung nagustuhan nyo itong video na ito, don't forget to give me a like and of course, subscribe to my channel and share this one to mga friends nyo na mahilig sa gaming phones din na budget.
And so, ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.